Good luck, guys. Here, sir. This is the coin that I have. That is heads. Tails is the eagle. What is your choice? Tails. Tails it is. You won the toss. You want to defer the second half. You guys will get the ball. Which way would you like to kick? This way? You want to kick that way? No. Change around. Change around. Turn around. Turn around. Over here. Too fast. Guys, go over there. White has won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. Kick this way to start. Men, good luck. Let's go.
Live from the borough at the eastern border of Bergen County, New Jersey, situated along the Hudson River atop the Palisades, we're back in Fort Lee. Friday Night Lights from Lemoyne Avenue in late October between the visiting Memorial Tigers and the hometown Fort Lee Bridgemen. Fort Lee will start off, and they'll get the ball right before their own 29-yard line. Tyson Lowe, number 2, returned it for over 11 to 12 yards. Good evening, everyone. Happy Halloween weekend to you all. I'm Jim Furchwin. Thank you for tuning in. And Halloween does take place on Sunday between both teams tonight on the turf. Their season has been trick or treat. Fort Lee is coming off their worst loss of the season last week versus Immaculate Conception. It's the second time they were shut out this season. And then Memorial dropped 3 of their last 4, including last week's 17-point loss to a great Snyder program from Jersey City. Up the middle, here's Dean Park, and Park surpasses 1,000 yards down the right sideline. The 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Bridgman, 71 yards on his first carry. Dean Park to the end zone. Dean Park surpasses 1,000 yards on the season with a 71-yard scamper down the right sideline, and it's 6-0 Bridgman. Coming into today, 115 carries on the ground, 993 yards, and 9 touchdowns for the senior running back for Fort Lee. And he continues where he left off, having an absolutely sensational performance 2 weeks ago versus Indian Hills. Lau gives it to Burns, and he goes in for 2. Tajon Burns on a 2-point conversion makes it 8-0 Bridgman. One play, 71 yards, 22 seconds off the clock, and the Bridgemen are out and running.
Your score with 11:38 remaining in the first quarter. Fort Lee 8, Memorial nothing.
And the Bridgemen have a running locomotive on the ground game this year with 187 yards per game, and that milestone just passed for Dean Park. Only needed 7 yards. He went for 71 instead. He wants to bounce back after being held to a season low 31 yards last week. As I said, he erupted 2 weeks ago with 265 yards on 21 carries and found the end zone twice versus Indian Hills on October 15th. Then you take a glance at Memorial. They have a gifted two-way player leading the team in tackles, receiving, and interceptions. Look no further than Brandon Jimenez. He seems to make a play whenever it's possible. Keep your eye on number 11 for the Tigers. And if Fort Lee does have trouble running the ball, their man in the shotgun can change the game, and that's junior quarterback Raymond Lau for the Orange and Black. It wasn't a pretty game for him last week, but he did surpass 800 yards on the season, right around the 22-yard line, and it's picked up by number 3, Ethan Garcia. Right at the 27, so a pickup of 5 on the return. Here comes Memorial to start off their drive at the 27. That should mark this ball at the 28-yard line. They don't really throw the ball that. They're more known for their ground game, and that's the only way they could possibly win this game tonight if they are able to dominate the ground. But you know, Fort Lee does that with 187 yards as a team. Ground up right up the middle. Gets to about the 32. A pickup of 4 on the play. That was by Jobith Manga.
No gain on the play.
So that should bring that back to no gain. Remain 2nd and 10 from the 28. Jobith Manga on the carry. Comes in with 147 rushing yards. And now fullback in. Back to Manga. Goes possibly lost yards there. And he's taken down by the Bridgemen. Looks like it'd be 3rd and 11. And the tackle is made by Ruben Mancia. He's their tackling leader. Now give him 60 on the year. Checked in with 59. And he is also 2nd in tackles per game, around 8.4. And it's also the leader in tackles for loss. That gives him his 13th on the year. Also has a blocked field goal and a blocked punt.
39 from the Tigers, 29.
So the Ash will give him a yard, so make that 12. 3rd and 9 from the 29. Goes in motion to sweep out towards the right side. Garcia tries to get to the 30. No gain on the play, around towards the right hash mark. And the punting unit comes out. Gabe Jimenez with the tackle.
The Fort Lee tackle made by number 15, Gabe Jimenez.
This is 39th of the year. And that's 3rd on the team, right behind Janovic Lugo, who checks in with 54, and Ruben Mancia, who already has 1 tackle tonight, giving him 59. Check that, 60. Punt over towards Lowe. Lowe lets it bounce right around the 35, rolls to the 33, closer to the 32.5-yard line. It's going to let that roll, and it's finally downed. And it was by Malmar Ndaye.
No return on the play. And your Bridgemen will take over 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Bridgemen bounced back. They only needed 1 play to find pay dirt. Last possession off the legs of Dean Park. Now checks in with 116. After that 71-yard touchdown, 1,064 yards on the ground gives him 10 touchdowns on the year now. Eagle eye formation. Lau Feeds over to Park. Park up the middle again, trying to maneuver around towards the left hash mark. Gets to the 31.
Dean Park on the carry.
And that's going to mark that to 34. Make that 2nd and 9. Under 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Bridgman. And speaking of two-way players, as we said for Memorial with Brandon Jimenez, then you have to look out for Justin Armwood. Past the 35 to the 37, Dean Park picks up 3.
Dean Park on the carry.
And there's an illegal shift call. Jaden Corbett with the tackle, but that will count. Go back to 2nd and 14 from Bridgman's own 29-yard line.
5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 14 for the Bridgman.
And now it looks like the officials are going to find a way to fix this. So 2nd and 14 from the 29, and now they're going to push the ball back a little further. Clock continues to run. And Lau setting up the offensive line, orchestrating the offense. 3 wide receivers to the right. Handoff Dean Park, left sideline this time, trying to bounce back, still beats his defenders, and he gets into Tiger territory, tackled around the 36.
Dean Park on the carry for a big Fort Lee.
33-yard gain for Dean Park. He's been electric in the backfield all season long for Coach Salome. Bring in the coaches for each team. Coach Salome, in his 2nd year, went 4-2 last year. Scored 34 points or more in their victories. He attended Lodi High School and played O-line and wide receiver. Graduated from Ramapo College in 2011. And he teaches 12th grade English. Then you look at Memorial head coach Stefano Calderalda in his 7th year. 20-41 in his career. Also the girls bowling coach. Started off 3-0 last year for the first time in 9 years. The only way they'll win games is through their ground attack. Speaking of ground attack, Dean Park again down the right side, makes the defender miss, and that ball will actually go back.
Dean Park on the carry.
And we get to pass the 35. Gain of 12 on the play.
Tackle made by number 3, Ethan Garcia.
The 3rd and 8 to the 35. They brought back that play beforehand.
Bridgman 35.
Just with 7 minutes left to go, means 8-0 Bridgman. And here comes the wind, and looks like a pass may be in order. Haven't called Justin Armwood's name yet, and Armwood jumps early.
Penalty marker on the field.
Actually, check that. That's Jaden Lugo. Right around the right side. He'll come out, and Von der Linden will check back in.
3rd and 13 for the Bridgman 30.
Live from the Dr. Allen W. Sugarman Sports Complex. 8-0 Bridgman, a little over 6:30 left to go. A little screen pass over to his left off a deflected player from Memorial, looking for Dean Park. And it may have been deflected by Matthew Madrid. Matthew Madrid with the tip on the play. Senior, 6'1", 225, have 3 sacks and 10 tackles checking into this one. It's going to be Zarab Mashiashvili punting it away.
Zarab Mashiashvili on to punt for the Bridgman.
Ethan Garcia will wait for it at his own 41. High snap to Mashiashvili. Goes past midfield, and that will go out of bounds around the 44-yard line. They're going to check that at the 48. 22-yard punt from Mashiashvili.
Mashiashvili with a 22-yard
And the Memorial will start just inside midfield.
At their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Memorial checks in 5-4, 4-3 in league play. Both teams won't be qualifying for the playoffs. Run attack. Right around midfield. Brandon Jimenez picks it up.
Brandon Jimenez on the carry.
Right back to midfield. And Gabe Jimenez makes his second tackle of the night.
Tackle made by number 15, Gabe Jimenez.
And that will give him 3 into Bridgman territory to the 49.
7 for the Fort Lee 49-yard line.
Garcia in shotgun. 2 wide receiver sets. A low snap. He just picks up the ball and just stays on it. Armwood was there first. And that'll be a loss of 4 on the play. Right back to the 45.
Ethan Garcia bobbles the snap and recovers for a loss of 6. It's 3rd down and 13.
Clock continues to run under 5 minutes, and 3rd and 13 for the Tigers. 3 wide receiver set, 1 running back to the right. That's Delson Gonzalez now going in motion. Garcia goes in motion. Silva launches it up, and did he get 1 foot in bounds? No, incomplete. Pass down the left sideline to Garcia, and he caught it out of bounds. Now bring up 4th and 13.
Out of bounds. 4th and 13 for the Tigers at their own 45. David Castillo on to punt for the Tigers.
Tyson Lowe
Tyson Lowe, the return man for your Bridgman.
will wait at his own 25. The punt from Castillo, and may have gotten roughing the punter there. No. Efremov got lucky. And it's going to be down at the Bridgman 10, a 45-yard punt. And Ndie will down it right out inside the 10-yard line. The 10. To be a 45-yard punt for David Castilla.
David Castillo's punt goes 45 yards. Out to the Bridgman 10-yard line, no return. 1st and 10 for Fort Lee.
Fort Lee on their 3rd drive. Second one resulted in a 3 and out. And they'll start from the 10-yard line. Lau Eagle Eye, Dean Park right behind him. Lau gives it to Park. Park down the left side and the left hash mark. And gets down to the 14, a pickup of 4 for the senior.
Gain of 4.
Tackle made by Madrid.
Tigers tackle made by number 56, Matthew Madrid.
2nd and 6
Bridgman 14.
from the Bridgman 14. Shotgun. 2 wide receivers, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. He looks over towards his right, looks for Armwood. Armwood's got it down the sideline. And check that, that's Lowe. Lowe with a 35-yard catch.
Raymond Law's pass complete to number 2, Tyson Lowe, for a big Fort Lee 1st down.
Right to the 49-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Bridgman 49.
Yeah, checking into today, Tyson Lowe's longest catch. Keeper up the middle for Lau. And And he goes to the 43-yard line.
Now on the quarterback keeper.
So Dean Park picks up the yardage right up the middle. And a 2nd and 2
from the Tigers 43.
into Memorial territory around the 43. And Memorial will call timeout. Wind starts to pick up a little bit, but still doesn't look like it's an issue for Raymond Lau. And Raymond Lau continues to throw the ball with confidence this year with 7 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Did have a pick last game, went 5 or 15 with 39 yards through the air against Immaculate Conception. Looking at Memorial after today, their next matchup, they'll play Glenridge on Thursday at 7 o'clock. That's a home non-league game for the Tigers. 3 minutes exactly left in the first quarter. 8-0 Bridgman. They have the ball at the 43. Now the rain's starting to come down as we can see it through the lights behind the school, right where the school buses are. Eagle eye formation. Lau gives it to Park. Park through the left hash mark up the middle. Makes the defender miss, and he's gone. Dean Park, 43 yards. And another touchdown for the senior running back for the Bridgmen. Makes it 14-0 Fort Lee. With a 71-yarder and a 43-yarder. He's already over 130 yards on the ground. And we still have 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in quarter number 1. And Dean Park can really play. Not as always elusive, but he also has the speed behind it to make him extremely lethal.
Who's kicking? I have 13. I have 23. 23. Copy.
23, here's Peter Slivix, and he loses the extra point. And made the tackle, Momar and D.A.
Ladies and gentlemen, your score with 2:47 to go in the first quarter.
Means 14-0 Fort Lee. 2-point conversion unsuccessful, but also a comfortable lead for the Bridgmen with a little under 3 minutes left to go in the first. Ruben Mencillo will kick it away for Fort Lee. You have Garcia and Ruiz back to receive. It's a short kick, bounces at the 28. Garcia gets to the 32. 6-yard return.
Garcia on the return. 31, John. Get the tackle? No. 6 yards on the return.
Ball will be measured at the 31.
First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 31-yard line.
The Tigers will have their second drive. Memorial got the ball and then chose to defer, so they'll get the ball at halftime. Off to the fullback, pushing a bunch of bodies for the Bridgmen all the way past the 35 to the 36. See who that is with a bunch of bodies there. That's Jaden Corbett.
On the carry.
Second and 5 from the 36-yard line.
2nd and 5 for the Tigers at their own 36.
You see, Manga goes to check off. He's limping towards the sideline. It's the leading rusher for the Tigers. There's Xavier Delgado under center. 2 fullbacks and then 1 running back. Garcia shakes a defender. Hits the 41 to the 42. A pickup of 6 on the play.
Ethan Garcia on the carry.
May have been Jimenez on the tackle.
Gain of 6 on the play. First and 10 for the 40. Tackle made by Gabe Jimenez. First and 10 for the 42.
And that will push it for Memorial's first down of the evening.
At their own 42-yard line.
Remember, last time Fort Lee was down, they were down big to Immaculate Conception. That was on the road, but then when you look back at Indian Hills, back up the fullback again, Corbett, and a flag's thrown late.
Penalty marker on the field.
Check that was to Jimenez up the middle. Actually, no, Aaron Swan picked that up. Picked it up by 72 or 12, but that's going to be 72. Aaron Swan, fullback, but flag is called, and they're going to move this back.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the slot. Still puts first down.
First and 18 from the 34.
And that will push it back to 1st and 18
That penalty will
to
make it first
Memorial's
and
own
18
34-yard line.
at their own 34.
Clock continues to run, close to a minute left in the first quarter. Remains 14-0 Bridgman, 71-yard touchdown on the first possession of the game. First play of the game from Dean Park, and then also a 43-yarder recently. And that was towards the left sideline. And now you have bodies jump.
Penalty marker on the field.
Maybe a false start against Memorial may push this back even further. No, they're going to call encroachment.
Still first down.
First and 13. First and 13. 39.
That was on Bayrami.
First and 13 for the Tigers at their own 39.
Bayrami got a little anxious. 1st and 13 now. Garcia out towards the right side. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
Number 3.
4-yard loss.
Dean Park on the carry. No, 3 for them. Ethan Garcia on the carry. 57 on the tackle. Swallowed up by number 57.
Joshua Framoff.
Joshua Efremov. Second and 17 in the 35.
And this likely will be the last play of the first quarter. It's going to let this clock wind down
Second and 1, 17.
as both teams. Yeah, Memorial's not even going to have any urgency
Running out the clock.
to run a play.
Gotcha.
And they're just going to run out this clock to the end of the first quarter. Dean Park has his footprints all over this one already. Over 130 yards running on 8 carries and 2 touchdowns. It's 14-0 Bridgman at the end of 15.
14. Start of the second quarter.
Tigers move from the right side to the left side of the field.
35.
Garcia shifts, stops on a dime, and gets met right back towards the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard, too.
Garcia on the carry.
Garcia really hasn't gone anywhere. And tackle
Tackle is
made by Ruben Mencia.
Janovic Lugo.
You check that. Janovic Lugo, the second leading tackler on this team, picked up his first tackle of the night.
Third down. At 17.
Matt Nelson doing a terrific job being the PA guy tonight. 3rd and 17 from their own 35. Memorial. Only 2 wide receivers. And he'll go down for a sack. Delgado had no shot.
Xavier Delgado on the carry.
And there again, there's Bayrami with the sack. Arsham Bayrami
Number 58.
gets right to Delgado. No one was able to stop him. And Bayramo, that is his 2nd sack of the season. He had no tackles last game against Immaculate Conception. Makes it 4th and 2, 4th and 20 from their own 32. Garcia, line drive, punt, bounce right over. And this is Burns. Burns running and through bodies into Memorial territory. Needs 5 people to tackle him around his legs. And finally down at the 47. 21-yard return for Tajon Burns.
21 yards into Tigers territory.
And they'll mark this at the 46.
1st and 10 for your Bridge.
10-16 left to go in the second. And the Bridgemen are just doing whatever they want out there tonight. Raymond Lau lines up as a wide receiver. Maybe a wildcat formation with Park and Lowe. So Park will fake the handoff, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. And there's Aaron Swan with the tackle. 1 yard loss on the play. 2nd and 11
Dean Park on the carry.
from Memorial's 47-yard line.
Swan. 2nd and 11 from the Tigers 47.
3 wide receivers. Haven't yet to see Paul Kim yet tonight. Or Justin Armo. We have seen Tyson Lowe, who made a nice 39-yard catch down the right sideline in the quarter number 1. Aside from that, it's the only pass we've seen successful in tonight's game. Eagle eye formation again. Lau go over towards his right. And looking for Armwood just out of his grasp. Daniel Olivia on the coverage. And it will be 3rd and 11.
Armwood incomplete. Coverage made by number 1, Daniel Oliva.
There's Daniel Oliva.
Brings up 3rd down and 11 from the Tigers 47.
Has 1 touchdown on the year, and that was against Fairlawn earlier in the season. And also has an interception defensively, and that was against Ferris. Eagle eye formation again, means 3rd and 11. Lau got to escape, rolls out towards his right. Now he'll just throw it in the dirt right back to the line of scrimmage. And he was looking for Lowe, but incomplete. 4th and 11.
Pass intended for Tyson Lowe, incomplete.
And we have an injured player for Memorial, and that looks like it's Matthew Madrid, the least guy they can afford to lose right now. Madrid, 10 tackles already and 3 sacks in the year. He's their leader in sacks. And if he's down for Memorial, that is a concern big time for the defensive front. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll step aside due to the injury. 14-0 Bridgman with 9:17 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back. back here after the injury, as Madrid need to be helped out by the coaches and training staff off the field. But here's Majriashvili for his second punt. And this is a boomer. Going right towards Garcia, and then a bounce towards the 20. And it looked good. And it gets to the 20-yard line. A 27-yard punt from Majriashvili.
Sarat Majriashvili's punt is 26 yards long. 21, John.
And ball will be set at Memorial's own 21-yard line, just outside of a touchback.
Ball spotted at the Tigers' 21-yard line. First and 10 for Memorial.
Now let's see what Delgado can do after getting sacked by Lugo on that last drive. Didn't really go anywhere. They went negative 2 yards on 3 plays and then punted away. Now a timeout called late by Calderalda. Have yet to see Justin Armwood be that two-way player that we've seen tonight, that we have seen so far this season. But tonight he's been relatively quiet. Position player at wide receiver and defensive end. He's leader in receiving touchdowns, receiving yards, and sacks. Lau's favorite target through the air. He's also played terrific 2 weeks ago. 3 catches with 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's only 4 yards shy of 400 receiving yards this season. He's going to be a key aspect from a Memorial to try to neutralize. Up the middle from Garcia. And that was Manga. Jobeth Manga, and then on the tackle is Lugo.
Tackle by Genevieve Lugo.
Inside 9 minutes.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 for the Tigers at their own 21.
Memorial just looks out of sorts right now. Don't be surprised if they get called for delay a game on this. Delgado. Manga in the backfield, and then you have fullback Corbett in between. Play action out toward the right. Look over for Corbett on the screen down the left side. Makes the defender miss, and then tackled toward the 32 to the 33. A pickup of 12 on the play down the left side.
Xavier Delgado's pass complete to number 44, Jaden Corbett.
And then the tackle made by Gabe Jimenez again. That's his 4th.
Fourthly tackle, number 15, Gabe Jimenez. First and 10, 32.
It's the second first down of the night for Memorial.
11 yards on the completion. First and 10 for the Tigers in their own 32.
From the left hash mark, Corbett lines out as a tight end. Garcia goes in motion. It's a sweep to Garcia. Garcia has nowhere to go, and he has to go from right to left. Armwood's there, and now it's tackled around the 32. A pickup of no gain on the play.
Ethan Garcia on the carry.
Shook off Armwood, then shook off Lowe as well. It's tough to see who made the tackle there, but 2nd and 10 now for Memorial at their own 32. After a good effort from Garcia on the sweep, trying to be a little fancy there, but didn't really pay off. One wide receiver lined up to the left in the slot. Manga behind. Manga up the middle. And he's close to the first down, maybe just shy around the 41-yard line. And Jimenez makes his 5th tackle. And they're going to move the chains. They'll push that to the 43-yard line. And another first down for Memorial on this drive. It's their longest play on the ground by Manga, and their longest play through the air has been through their fullback Corbett. Manga lines up behind Delgado. Delgado, play action out towards his right. Armwood's there, and he'll finally be taken down. Sack.
Xavier Delgado on the carry.
It's Bayrami again for his second one. Number 58. A loss of 4 on the play. That's his second tackle for loss. They'll mark that down to a loss of 5. 2nd and 15.
Loss of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15 for the Tigers at their own 38-yard line.
And we may have a timeout here from Fort Lee. Saw the shoulders go up from one of the officials. And Jaden Lugo not happy to come out. He may be injured. He's going to be checked out by one of the trainers. That was just a quick injury timeout. Clock continues to run under 5.5 left to go. Still scoreless. Memorial, here's a keeper up the middle, down the left side from Oliva. Oliva breaking some tackles into Bridgman territory towards the 44.
Daniel Oliva on the carry.
11 on the tackle. That was a gain of 17 on the
Gain of 17.
Tackle for Fort Lee. Number 11, Paul Kim.
Paul Kim getting involved defensively.
How many yards in the game?
17-yard pickup, though, for Oliva. That's the longest play from scrimmage for the Tigers so far tonight. He comes in the midway through the second quarter.
Bridgman 45.
Garcia goes in motion. It's a fake handoff up the middle. Oliva goes up the middle towards the Bridgman
Daniel Oliva.
38-yard line.
Carry.
And there's a gain of 7.
Lugo on the tackle.
Gain of 7 on the play. Tackle made by Genevieve Lugo.
Second and 3.
And Janovic Lugo getting involved for his second tackle tonight.
2nd
2nd
and 3.
and 3 from
Tigers,
Bridgman's 38.
38-yard line.
3 wide receiver set. Olivia again. Breaking some tackles. Shoestring tackle
Daniel Olivo on the carry.
made about Jimenez again getting involved.
Jimenez on the tackle.
Another tackle for Gabe Jimenez.
Gain of 3.
Only a pickup of 3 there from Oliva. And he'll be about maybe an inch short of the first down marker. That marker's right there around the 35.
It's third down. And less than a yard.
Here comes the blitz showing. Oliva goes and breaks free. And he'll pick up, he only needed 1, he'll pick up around 8 or 9.
Daniel Olivo on the carry.
Number 5. Lugo.
And Lugo again picking up a tackle. That time, that's Jaden.
J.D. Lugo on the carry.
I guess his shoulder's feeling okay. .316 remaining, still 14-0 Bridgman, but Memorial's knocking on the door on this drive.
Look at that wind blowing now. Look at the referee's hands.
Small timeout made here by Coach Salome, trying to slow down the momentum for the Tigers. And after tonight, the next game for Fort Lee. And they will play Thursday at Tenafly High School at 7 p.m. That's a non-league matchup. And that's we set for November 4th, the first game of November.
First and 10 for the Tigers.
First and 10 for Memorial at Bridgman's 27-yard line. Shotgun formation. Garcia goes in motion. Next is Sisiber. First time we've seen him tonight. Oliva keeps it again down the left side on the option, RPO. And gets to around the 20, a pickup of 7 for Oliva.
6-yard gain, 21.
Gain of 6. Second and 4 at the Fort Lee 21.
It's actually 2nd and 3. Where the marker is. Yeah, 2nd and 3 and 21.
So I'm at that 2nd and 3.
21.
Tigers just outside the red zone. And they started off their season to a tremendous start. But then eventually they got really cold really quick. Did play North Bergen, though, to start the year. Lost that game by 4 touchdowns. Up the little Manga inside the red zone to around the 17, a pickup of 4.
Jobeth Manga on the carry.
Just slowly going up the field. And tackle made by a frame-off.
Joshua Bischoff.
1st and 10 to 17.
Gain of 4.
And that will move the sticks for Memorial again. That's their 4th first down on this drive. They already have more first downs than Fort Lee tonight. Garcia goes in motion again. Fake keeper Garcia. He is nailed in the backfield. 3-yard loss.
Oliva on the carry.
And it may have been Janovic Lugo with the tackle.
Janovic Lugo with the tackle, loss of 3.
2nd and 13.
Makes it 2nd and 13, back to the 20 at the red zone.
2nd and 13 for the Tigers of the Bridgman 20.
Now Oliva lines up, free in the backfield. Garcia goes in motion again. He'll feed it to Garcia on the left side. He's got a seam, and he will get to around the 15-yard line.
Ethan Garcia on the carry.
Gets tackled out of bounds. Tackle of 6 to the 14.
Gain of 6.
And a couple of bodies made the tackle. Can't make out who.
3rd and 6 from the
It's
3rd and 6
down.
from the 14.
And 6.
Memorial really wants the punches for extra sticks. Momar and DA goes in motion from right to left. Has 1 carry tonight. Oliva
quarterback keeper.
keeping himself. He's not met in the backfield again by 2 Bridgman.
Daniel Oliva on the carry.
He'll be knocked down to the 27. And again, a frame off. His 3rd tackle is 2nd on this drive.
The first man to make the tackle, Josh Ephraimov.
4th and 10 from the 18.
Under a minute left to go in this half. And Memorial just trying to get some engine revving, and a timeout will be called by the Tigers to stop the clock. That's the last timeout for Memorial that they have to burn, the one they can afford. But it will become at a crucial time. If they don't get 11, it goes back to Fort Lee. Just to recap, 71-yard touchdown on the first play of the game by Dean Park. Goes over 1,000 yards rushing on the year. And then this 3rd drive for Fort Lee, a 43-yard scamper for Park again, this time down the left sideline. But he is a joy to watch in the open field. Raymond Lau, 1 completion. That was to Tyson Lowe, 39 yards. He's 1 of 4 on the evening. All right, here come the Tigers, 4th and 10 from the Bridgman 13. 3 wide receivers set. Garcia goes in motion towards the end zone, and nothing's really there. Looking for a flag, and a flag is thrown. That's going to be a pass interference call. Well, it looks like it's on Fort Lee. May have been Low, got too aggressive. It looked like he was going for NDA number 2. Senior versus senior matchup.
1st and goal from the 9.
So yeah, first and goal inside the 10 at the Bridgman 9-yard line with 45.3.
Penalties enforced, half the distance to the goal. Still fourth down.
Oh, fourth down. Okay. They don't automatically give you first down, I guess. Fourth and two.
So they won't give you the first down, be a 4th and 10, 4th and 2.
Handoff,
Up the middle.
number
Manga trying to get to the sticks. It's going to be close. It was
Chavez being on the
met
carry.
right by that line of scrimmage. It looked like,
15 on the tackle.
and that was Ian Park.
The 15. I think that's Jimenez.
Gabe Jimenez with the tackle.
And Jimenez got the tackle, and they're short. The offense quickly comes onto the field. 37 seconds. I've got to question
Turnover on
Salome's
downs.
urgency. Are they just going to run it, or are they going to have any ability to throw this ball down the field or even run it? Dean Park can do it.
Bridgman at their own 8.
Just going to be a hand.
Ball at their own 8-yard line. Wide receivers are set, but also Dean Park is to the right, to the left of Raymond Lau. Lau facilitating his offensive line. Lau, give it to Park towards the right side. Park goes down the right sideline. He breaks a tackle, still on his feet, but he gets to the 30. A pickup of 22 on the play for Dean Park.
Dean Park on a big carry.
Goes over for 150 for 152 on the night on his 9th carry from scrimmage. So the play will actually go back. A holding call on the Bridgman.
First and 14. Oh, no, I can't say that. Depends where the hold is.
And that's the second time tonight that Park has had a big gain, but it's been taken away by an offensive penalty. Clock will continue to run.
Yeah. First and 13 for the 5.
So first and 13 from Bridgman's own
First and
5.
13 For the Bridgman at their own 5.
Clock continues to run. Under 20 seconds left to go in the half.
Knee. They took a knee.
And did the Bridgman take a knee?
At the end of the half.
They did. And that will end the first half of action here from Northern Bergen County. It's 14-0 Bridgman. And it's been the Dean Park show tonight. In his 8th game of the season, goes over 1,000 yards from scrimmage and 1,000 on the ground. He's already got 152 yards on 9 carries with 2 touchdowns. He has been the offensive prowess for the Bridgman, and why they're up 2 touchdowns at the end of 24 minutes. We'll take a break here at halftime. Be back around 8:15. And the Bridgman up 14 on their home turf against the Memorial Tigers. Jim Furchwin here saying halftime is here, and we'll be back shortly. In the meantime, sit back and relax. We'll be right back.
is presented to an individual from each member school who demonstrates a selfless commitment to his community, school, teammates, and peers. These individuals have set the bar high, and the Super Football Conference is proud to present them with the 2021 Steve D. Gregorio Young Man of the Year plaque. Each honoree to be honored at a New York Jets game will have the opportunity to be selected as the 2021 Steve D. Gregorio Man of the Year for the entire conference. And they will all be recognized at the inaugural Steve D. Gregorio Young Man of the Year banquet this January at MetLife Stadium. Please join me in a round of applause as we honor the 2021 Steve D. Gregorio Young Man of the Year recipient from Fort Lee High School, Jimenez Lugo.
And Janovic Lugo is your Steve DiGregorio Young Man of the Year presentation recipient from Fort Lee High School. Congratulations to Janovic. Memorial will receive the ball. They're down 14-0 at the end of 24 minutes. We're starting the second half.
Just appendages back there.
You were supposed to be the one that dunks it. Okay, back to the game.
And Von der Linden will kick it. No, check that. That will be Tajan Burns kicking it away. And he loses the ball. He lost control of kicking the ball. It's Ruben Mencia, 56, not 26. And since Halloween is approaching in 2 days, these uniforms replicate the spirit of Halloween perfectly.
To kick off for your Bridgeman.
Matthew Ruiz and Ethan Garcia away to kick, and another whistle blown dead by the officials. It was a nice catch by Oliva on the right side of the 30.
Ball encroachment on the kicking team.
It's encroachment against Fort Lee. And we'll do it again. And they hold this one down. This one goes right up the middle and scooped up by Garcia. Garcia rolls out towards his right, looking for a seam down the field. Just gets tackled around the 39. Pick up a 19 on the play. Away to the 38-yard line. He got it at the 25, so 13-yard pickup for Garcia on the kick return. Have a couple games going on right now in the Ivy Red. Fairlawn and Indian Hills tied at 7 in the third quarter. We do have Snyder and Dumont in progress. Cliffside Park and Pasco Kills as well, also in progress. They have no score yet for you. And you have Glen Ridge and Telefly playing tomorrow, along with Immaculate Conception and Dickinson. Oliva underneath, and we have a whistle blown dead. It's a false start. And push that back to the 5, go back to the 33.
That penalty will result in a 1st and 15 for the Tigers at their own 33.
Just trying to go behind the back like you see the Globetrotters do at the games. Behind the back shot.
It's Memorial from their own 33. 3 wide receiver 7. We've only seen one completion so far from Garcia. Rolls out towards his right. Garcia gets it. He got that from Oliva, and he may have lost yards. That's Joel Rodriguez with the tackle, and we we were told at halftime that Joel Rodriguez and Josh Aframov switched jerseys. So Rodriguez now 57 and Aframov now 72.
Second and 16 for the Tigers at their own 32.
So a loss of yards there from the Garcia run. Over 11 minutes left to go. Still 14-0 Bridgman in the third quarter. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Screen pass over to Garcia towards the right side. And right over there to swallow him up.
Daniel Oliva's pass complete to number 3, Ethan Garcia.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Tackle.
May have been Paul Kim on the tackle.
It's third down.
Third and 19.
And 19.
You have to anticipate a pass is coming from Oliva. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Oliva will run up the middle, Lamar Jackson style. Looking for the sticks, he's close to it, close to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 15, but he's short of the marker that will bring up fourth. 4th and 7.
12 yards on the carry. It brings up 4th and 7, but the Tigers at their own 41.
And they'll punt it away.
26 to receive.
Tajon Burns to receive. He's waiting at his own 30-yard line. High snap. Almost blocked. Take a bounce around the 30. Burns will return it. Burns goes out towards his right. Looking for some blocks around the 40. Stiff-armed and then tackled in mere daylight by Johan Ortiz.
On the return, tackle by number 13, Johan Ortiz.
Right at the 42-yard line.
Yep, 42. It was a 36-yard
36-yard
kick.
punt.
And it was like it was a 14-yard return.
A 14-yard return
36 yards on the punt.
from Burns. Burns also responsible for 2 points in tonight's game. We had a 2-point conversion after the first touchdown from Dean Park. That was on the 71-yarder, the first play of the game. Since then, Dean Park has scored 12 of the 14 points tonight for the Bridgmen.
First and 10 for your Bridgmen at their own 42.
Eagle eye formation, Lau. Defensive line shifts for the Tigers. Here's Park. Park down the right side. Past midfield. Stays in bounds to the 45 to the 43. Gain of 14. But we do have a penalty. It's the third time Park has broke a first down marker, but it has been called back due to a holding penalty. 3 holding penalties so far for the Bridgmen. And that will bring them back. First and 14
As a result,
from the 38.
first and 14 from the Bridgmen 38.
Eagle eye formation again for Lau. Park lined up behind him. And you have 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Park goes towards his left side, looks for an opening past midfield again, and he's tackled around the 45.
16-yard gain.
Dean Park on the carry.
16-yard gain for Park.
And on the stop for the Tigers.
First down, 46.
And that's his 10th carry tonight.
It's good enough for a Fort
And he is
Lee
averaging
first
16 yards a carry
down.
tonight.
45, John.
He has been exceptional.
45.
Now here's Lau showing shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Have yet to seen Armwood, the leading receiver, catch a ball tonight. It's been Tyson Lowe, the running back, playing usually slot receiver. And Lowe checked in today, 19 receptions for 278 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. Looks like the Bridgmen just killing some clock, and they can't really find the correct play to run. Look, the offensive line was out of sorts, and a timeout called by Fort Lee. 8:09 left to go in the third quarter. Means 14-0 Bridgman. Check out the leaders for your Fort Lee Bridgman. Raymond Loud checks in. 834 yards passing checking into today. There's a 39-yard completion, so that gives him 873 now on the year. He's only 27 shy of 900 passing yards. Let's see if he can achieve that feat tonight. Dean Park checked in 993 yards and 9 touchdowns. That was 11 touchdowns for nearly 1,100 rushing yards. He's been a lightning in a bottle for the Bridgman all season long. Tajon Burns behind him with 124 yards on 3 touchdowns, and Tyson Lau at 110 and 1 touchdown. Justin Armwood, 18 catches, 396 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Lowe with 19, 278 and 3. And then Paul Kim looking for his first touchdown of the year as well. He's got 8 catches for 69 yards. Up the middle of Park, trying to break a tackle. Somehow escapes. Lost a loss of 2. And this may be a face mask penalty on Memorial, possibly. That seems to be the assumption. And they're pushing this ball forwards.
Face mask on the defense. 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
If you want to stop Dean Park one way, go by the face mask. But that's against the rules.
First and 10 with the 27.
And that's a big pickup on penalty yards at the 27-yard line of Memorial.
And the Tigers, 27.
Lau and Park, backfield. And you have Burns at fullback to the right of the center. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lau will throw across the seam. One-handed catch made by Armwood for 27 yards and a touchdown. His name's finally called with a little bit of razzle-dazzle on the one-handed snag. Made it look easy, and 6 more points for the Bridgmen. The 5th touchdown of the year for Armwood, the 8th through the air for Lau. And with that touchdown, Armwood has surpassed 400 yards receiving. It gives him 423 after that catch and touchdown. 2-point conversion awaits up the middle. And looks like it was Burns. And these numbers are very tough to tell.
And the 2-point conversion is good. 22-0, right? Yeah, 22-0. With 7:25 remaining in quarter number 3, your score.
And actually, that 2-point conversion was scored by Janovic Lugo.
Lugo on the 2-point conversion.
So 22-0 Bridgman. And now the rain's starting to really come down here in Fort Lee. If you're a bench player, man, this is starting to really get wet out here. Mancia waits to kick away. And Leposki may hold this ball.
Garcia and Matthew Ruiz back deep to receive. Back deep to receive for the Tigers.
Ruiz and Garcia waits an onside kick. They may get this, and it is received and returned by Janovic Lugo. Wow, 2 points, and then how about an onside kick recovery? Already up 3 possessions. Talk about a punch to the mouth.
First and 10 for your Bridgman at the Memorial 45.
You look back at Armwood last game, 1 catch for 17 yards versus Immaculate Conception. Already past midfield at the 45. Here's Park up the middle looking for some blockers past the 35. Gets to the 36.
Park in the carry.
You can tell he's loved by his offensive line. He has 5 people pick him up after taking a hard hit.
Lenny Manguia in on the stop for the Tigers.
They gave him 8. Second and 2 for the 30.
Gain of 8.
Second and 2, 37.
Second and
Lenny
2.
Manguia getting involved defensively, his first tackle of the night for the Tigers. Has 4 tackles on the year. Now that's his 5th. Wow, time ticking away in the third quarter. 22-0 Bridgman. Pass down the field again. Look this time for Lau, and it's overthrown with Garcia in coverage down the right sideline.
Defended by Garcia. Incomplete. Third and 2 from the 37.
Lau to Low, but it doesn't go.
Raymond Lau's pass intended for Tyson Lowe, incomplete.
Garcia. Coverage.
6:34 remaining.
Garcia. Third and 2.
Yeah, they responded.
You got to credit Raymond Lau throwing the ball. Good spiral, but maybe the wind carried that pass. 3rd and 2. And another eagle eye formation showing for the Bridgman. Here comes Low in motion. Park up the middle.
The first down.
Past the first down marker.
3-yard gain.
He's past the 35 to the 34.
52 on the tackle.
Tackle by Lenny Manguia.
And Manguia, second tackle on this drive.
Carry is enough for another
And
Fort
move
Lee
the sticks for
first
Fort Lee.
down.
33-yard line.
It's their 7th one tonight.
4-yard gain.
4-yard gain for Park.
All to 3. Dang.
Ball we marked at the 33. Eagle eye again. It's a botch snap by Lau and recovered by Lau.
5-yard loss.
Manguia was there again. That's a 5-yard loss
By Raymond
for Fort Lee.
Fort Lee.
Second and 15, 38.
2nd and 15 from
Loss of 5.
Memorial's 38-yard line after that.
Second and 15 for your Bridgman.
It's the first mistake we've seen Lau make all day. Again, Mother Nature has something to do with it. There's a handoff to Park. Park up the middle, and he's tripped up around the 45
Dave Park on the carry.
Tripped up by 44.
and making the tackle.
Tackle made
Jaden
by
Corbett.
44.
4-yard gain.
Jaden Corbett.
4-yard gain. Third and 11 from the 34.
Corbett
Gain of 4 in the play.
has 6 tackles for loss defensively this year at time. Also has 1 fumble recovery. Under 5 to go, still 22-0. Bridgman. Handoff to Park. Park still on his feet around the 30. Man, is he shifty. And he gets to 26.
Number 2 on the tackle.
Dave Park on the carry.
There's a pickup of 8 on the play.
Tackle made by number 2.
Momar and D.A. on the tackle.
4 and 2 for the 26. 4 and 3 for the 27.
Which one is it?
4 and 3, 27.
4th and 3 from Memorial's 27. What will Salome do here? Keep it on the ground or possibly put it through the air in these conditions? Eagle eye formation. Low goes in motion. Park up the middle. Still has the sticks.
11-yard gain.
And he gets an 11-yard pickup to the 16.
Dave Park.
First down, the 8th one of the night.
Great the tackle.
Gain of 11 for another Fort Lee first
Ethan
down.
Garcia on the tackle.
Where's the ball? 17.
And ball gets to the 17-yard line inside the red zone for the Bridgman.
First and 10 from the Tigers, 17.
Now waits the snap. May have jumped a little early. Park goes out towards the right. Looks for a convoy of blockers. Gets inside the 10 around the 9.
Dave Park on the carry.
Tackle by,
Gain of 7.
tackle by 13.
And the tackle made by Johan Ortiz.
Johan Ortiz.
Second and 3 from the 10.
And Park will come out. He's got his helmet off.
At the Tigers' 10-yard line.
And he's got to be gassed after close to another 200-yard performance on the ground. Here's Tajon Burns. Already has 2 points tonight on the first two-point conversion, successful after the 71-yard touchdown from Park on the first play of the game. Toward the right corner of the end zone. It's caught, but out of bounds by Lowe. Great coverage by Garcia towards the right far pylon. Lowe is signaling touchdown, but he was out of bounds. So 3rd and 3 from Memorial's 10-yard line. We've seen more targets to Lowe than to Armwood, but Armwood already has a 27-yard touchdown. Up the middle, Burns may have not even gotten a yard. 4th and 2 at the 9. And here comes Park back on the field. Camille Gill on the tackle, the first time we called his name tonight. 3 sacks and 6 tackles for loss checking into this one. 4th and 2. They're going to give it up to Burns again. Burns, it's going to be close. Did he get to the 7? That'll be up to the officials. They wave it around the 6, and they're going to push the sticks for a first down, 1st and goal, Fort Lee.
And that's enough for another Fort Lee first down.
Fort Lee threatening again. Team Park already thriving. Now you have a shock. You have a Lau and Eagle Eye. Lau up to Park. Park trying to seam through the middle, and then 2 bodies clammed right through that C gap, and Park had nowhere to go. David Guzman with the first tackle tonight. And a pickup of 2 on the play for Park.
2nd and goal from the Tigers 4.
Almost the end of the 3rd quarter, 22-0. Bridgman with 1:13 left to go in the 3rd. 2nd and goal from the 4. Lau throw to the far pylon again, and nobody home. It appeared that was for Lowe again.
Raymond Lau's pass intended for Tyson Lowe, incomplete.
And incomplete. Maybe a manipulated route there. Doesn't look like Lau and Lowe were on the same page.
3rd and goal from the Tigers 4.
1:03 remaining in the 3rd. Bridgman trying to push this to a 4-possession game. Park remains at tailback. I haven't seen Lau go under center since the 1st quarter. He's talking to his O-line. 1 receiver to the right and to the left. Park towards the right side. Touchdown, Bridgman. 4-yard carry. Dean Park, his 3rd of the night. Season high 3 touchdowns. Makes it 28-0 Bridgman with just under a minute left to go in the 3rd.
4 yards on the carry.
It's Dean Park's 12th touchdown of the year. He's been responsible for most of Fort Lee's scores. And he put it on display right there from 4 yards out. Mancia in the backfield at tailback. It goes nowhere, out towards the right, and deflected on the bootleg.
And the 2-point conversion is no good.
Looked like that might have been Sasaber, number 7.
5 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Fort Lee 28, Memorial nothing.
Sofiane Sasaber. The defensive play, back to 4-possession game still for the Bridgman And time's running out on the Tigers if they drop to 5-5 after tonight.
56 kicking.
Ruben Mencia to kick off.
Mencia will
4-yard
kick,
3 and 12 back.
and Leposki will hold.
Garcia and Matthew Ruiz back to receive.
Ruiz to the left and Garcia to the right. This time no onside. Goes up the middle, ball will bounce. Garcia has 6 people running after him. He goes out towards the right, puts on the brakes and gets to the 30.
Ethan Garcia on the return.
16-yard return.
16-yard return from the 14 for number 3, Ethan Garcia.
On the return.
And Memorial
First and 10 from the 30.
will start from their own 30.
For the Tigers at their own 30-yard line.
28-0 Bridgman. And Memorial really has not shown much offensive strength tonight. Their running game has been shut down, and their passing game has been obsolete. But let's see if Coach Calderaro will stick to the game plan.
Fumble. Sapa's fumble. Covered by the quarterback. 1 yard loss.
It was a botched snap by Delgado. Delgado in at quarterback.
Garcia.
Second 11 from the 29.
Loss of 1.
Loss of 1 on the play, goes to 2nd and 11.
Second and
Back to the
11.
29.
Tigers at their own 29.
That should be the end of the quarter.
And will they let this clock run out? They might draw one more play until the end of the third.
I don't think they have to run it. They'll take one more play.
2 fullbacks, 1 receiver to the left, and then 1 to the right. Goes out towards the left. And nowhere to go. May have gotten a pickup of 2 on the play. That time from Caceres. First time we've seen him tonight.
Daniel Caceres on the carry. On the tackle.
And then Bayrami on the tackle.
Bayrami.
That will end the third quarter. 36 minutes in the books. 28-0 Bridgman.
Your Fort Lee Bridgman
3 touchdowns for Dean Park and a 27-yard touchdown, one-handed snag by Justin Armwood. And the 8th touchdown through the air for Raymond Lau this season. It's 28-0 Bridgman as we go to the 4th.
Third and 13.
Still raining here in Fort Lee. Final quarter of action about to begin. 28-0 Bridgman. 3 touchdowns from Dean Park and a receiving touchdown in the third quarter from Justin Armwood. And a sack to start the 4th quarter by Fort Lee.
Ethan Garcia on the carry.
And it looks like that was Ruben Mancia.
He is sacked by Arsham Bayrami.
So Bayrami, his 3rd sack tonight. And we have an injured player on the field. That may be Ethan Garcia. And it looks like number 4, Xavier Delgado, actually. He's down on his back to be 4th and 13. 4th and 17 from Memorial's own 23-yard line. And this performance has gotten ugly. Wind really starting to pick up here, like tropical storm winds we're talking over here. Shout out to our cameraman fighting the weather up there. We appreciate what you're doing tonight. And that was Delgado. He's up on his feet. A little bit of assistance from the training staff. But he'll sit out this play. 4th and 17.
For the Tigers at their own 23.
And the Tigers' time is running out. And they're going to punt this away. It's going to be Castilla. Tajan Burns waits at midfield. Castillo punt. It's muffed off the right side of his foot. And this won't even get past midfield to the 42-yard line. A 19-yard punt from David Castilla. May have got the right side of his foot. He didn't get full leg on that punt. 11:19 remaining. And Fort Lee Bridgman will start with the ball in Memorial territory.
The Tigers 22. Bridgman with possession. 1st and 10.
Dean Park still at tailback. Already 3 touchdowns on the night for him. Very close to 200 yards on the ground. He gets it from Lau. Goes out towards his right. Looks for some blockers. Gets to the 40. Stops on the dime. And he's down around the 38. 41-yard line. So he picks up a yard.
Penalty markers on the field.
But marker is down on the field. It's tough to see these penalty markers. You can't really see them with the lights shining around the field. It's going to be after the play. Officials talking it over. Now here's the verdict.
Number 2, yes, sir. Dead ball. Personal foul on the offense.
And it goes against Tyson Lowe.
Yards from the dead ball spot. 2nd down.
And so push them out of Memorial territory. Back in their own territory to the 42-yard line. Second and 25 will be the next down from the 47-yard line. It's from the 42.
2nd and 25 for the Bridgman at their own.
Under 11 left to go. The Bridgemen have a comfortable 4-touchdown lead over Memorial. And if you look at what Memorial, how they started off their year, it wasn't fun against North Bergen, losing by 4 touchdowns, 56-28. But then they went on a solid spree of defensive stops. Let up 8 points to Dover, 2 to Ferris, 10 to Cliffside Park, and then 7 to Fairlawn. And then after that, well, that's when it just all went downhill from there. Got shut out 34-0 by Telefy. Here's Armwood on the screen pass. Armwood past midfield towards the 45 and will be tackled around the 44 in Memorial territory by Momar Ndiaye.
Raymond Lau's pass complete to number 4, Justin Armwood.
Armwood's second catch for 14 yards. That gives him 2 for 41 and a touchdown.
14.
They're saying 4th because they called that penalty after the play. I don't know.
Are they saying this will be 4th down or 3rd down? So this will be 4th and 11 or 3rd and 11 as the refs will again converge and talk about this. Salme is looking for an answer from the officials. And it looks like it's going to remain 4th down. We have an official holding up 3 fingers on the far side of the field. right towards Calderora's bench for Memorial. And now, still waiting. We don't have a verdict. The scoreboard says 4th and 11. But also that unsportsmanlike foul. Did they lose a down on that play? That's not the rule, but it was after the play. You should just reset the down. Dean Park remains at tailback. Clock is stopped at 9:55. Are they playing rock, paper, scissors right now? I swore I just saw offensive line and defensive line. That's how you should know this is good sportsmanship, even though it's a 4-touchdown lead for the home team. 3rd and 11. And the refs got that one right. In Memorial territory, 3rd and 11 from Memorial's 44-yard line. Shotgun formation, allow it with Park to the right. It's going to be a play-action fake across the seam, tipped away, and nearly intercepted. Good defensive play there by Jobith Menga on defense. The leading rusher, and now that pass was intended towards Armwood. And that will bring up 4th and 11. Here comes Majashvili.
Fourth and 11 from the Tigers, 44.
Ethan Garcia awaits. It's a low snap, and here comes Majashvili. He's going to kick it away and kick it out of bounds, out of urgency. Low snap. And did he kick it past the line of scrimmage? I don't have a measure on where this ball is located. 9-yard kick by Majashvili. And I'll go back to Memorial's 35.
Punts, 9 yards.
Still got to credit Majashvili for getting it off in positive yards.
First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 35.
And here come the Tigers. Back again. Fullback and running back goes to the fullback. It's Corbett up the middle, and I don't think he went anywhere. And Corbett has 1 catch tonight, too, for 12 yards.
Jenny Corbett on the carry.
And you have a converge of Rodriguez and Bayrami bringing him down.
Marsha Bayrami and Joel Rodriguez.
2nd and 10 from the 36. No gain on the play.
No gain.
Now the wind and rain starting to really come down here.
10 for the Tigers at their own 36.
Hope you brought your ponchos. Now play action towards the right side. Olivia look for Corbett. Incomplete.
Daniel Oliva's pass intended for Jenny Corbett. Incomplete.
3rd and 9 from the 36.
It's 3rd down and 9.
Oliva checked in today. Not much with the passing game. Has 1 touchdown on the one touchdown on the ground, and that was versus Fairlawn earlier in the year. But since then, not much work has been shown by the junior. And run up the middle. Menga gets to the 40. Tackle made by Ronald Leposki. Aiden Colon. Aiden Colon with the tackle. First time we've called his name.
Number 8, Aiden Colon.
Here's 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line.
4th down and 5 for the Tigers in their own 40.
And here comes Oliva. Let's see what play he's got up his sleeve to get 5 yards to the 45. That's what they need. A little over 8 left to go in this one. Still 28-0 Bridgman. Oliva goes towards the left, and that will go nowhere. And that was intended towards Manga again, and no gain on the play. There's a turnover on downs. Back to the Bridgman. They've completely dominated this game.
No gain. That is a turnover on downs. Fort Lee will take over on the offense.
First and 10 from Memorial's 40-yard line.
1st and 10 for your Bridgman at the Tigers' 40-yard line.
And with the conditions we're in, very unlikely to see another pass. Clock continues to run even after turnover on downs. Low snap. Park picks it up. He's got to get around. He's past. He still is on his feet, and he might take this the distance. Down the right sideline. Are you kidding me, Dean Park? 40-yard touchdown run. Man, what can he not do? But a flag is down for the 4th time after a Dean Park big play. Blindside block is the call. Oh, that would have been mesmerizing for Dean Park to escape that. And he did, but penalty on Fort Lee. My, oh, my. You expect the holding call. You got a blindside block call. That's a rare call made, but it had to be in the ref's vicinity in order to clearly see that. Those are usually missed. Push this back to 1st and 30. And this will go to the opposite side of the 40 back into Bridgman territory. You started off at Memorial's 40. You basically run that from 50 yards from where Park picked it up and then skirmished out towards the far right side. And then a blindside block called. Here's Park. Actually, that's Burns, and Burns is taken. May have been a horse collar tackle down to the 48. A pickup of 8 on the play for Tajon Burns.
Tajon Burns on the carry.
Actually, that was David Gutierrez.
Correction, David Gutierrez on the carry.
9-yard gain on the play for David Gutierrez, his first run of the night.
2nd and 21 from the Bridgman 49.
3 carries for 7 yards. That was his longest carry of the season, and he met right back at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Swan swallowed up what looked like Tyson Lowe, but that was Gutierrez again. 3rd and 20.
Gain of 1. It's 3rd and 20 from midfield.
That last run from Gutierrez was his longest of the season. Checked in for 3 for 7. And now he's got 4 for 14. Gutierrez remains in the backfield. He'll get it again. Gets some good blockers. He's past midfield. Still on his feet. And he's being dragged by his jersey in Memorial territory towards the 30. Pickup of 20 on the play for Gutierrez.
David Gutierrez on the carry.
21-yard gain on the play.
That's enough for a Fort Lee first down.
And just like that, the Bridgmen are back in Memorial territory after David Gutierrez's ground game on the wet turf getting it done. We're at the 5-minute mark, and Bridgman just trying to run this clock out. Gutierrez gets about 2 up the middle. And Guzman picks up his 2nd tackle.
David Guzman on the stop.
And check that, no gain on the play for Gutierrez. They gave him 1 yard.
Gain of 1. the Tigers, 28.
It's like a monsoon on the field right now. Gutierrez still going inside the 25 to around the 22.
David Gutierrez on the carry.
Penalty. Got a personal foul coming up again.
Penalty.
On the field.
I think it's going to be against Memorial.
And net, we have a 15-yard penalty. Looks like this is one's going to be on Memorial this time, which will bring Bridgman back inside the red zone.
It's the Caddyshack call. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down.
Well, and time's ticking down. Well, time stopped right now with 4:11 left to go, but I'm waiting to see what the call is. Looks like this was against dead ball. It's going against the Bridgman. So 3rd and 17 from Memorial's 37 will take place.
As a result of the penalty, 3rd down and 17. From the Tigers, 37.
Lau has been pretty good tonight, but the star has been Dean Park, and he's likely not going to see another down with the lead that the Bridgmen already have. He'll get to close to the 35. 2-yard gain for Gutierrez.
David Gutierrez on the carry.
Make it 4th and 15, and here comes Mazhirashvili for his 5th punt of the night. Had a 9-yard punt his last drive, but also the snap was very low. She bounced before he even received it. Garcia waits around the 10. Mazhirashvili may have been blocked. He went off the side of his right foot, and that ball goes out of bounds around the 22. That time goes for 13 yards. 4 yards better than his last punt. And that should mark that a 12-yard punt by Mazhirashvili.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 23.
Under 3 left to go, and the Tigers likely have their last drive coming up and trying to put some points on the scoreboard. They've already been shut out once this season. That was by Tenafly, which is the next opponent for the Bridgmen on Thursday. And they also were shut out the game after Tenafly against Dickinson, 30 to nothing. Gain of 5 on the play. And now move them up to the 28. Caceres in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle. Goes out towards the right side, and he'll be tackled around the 30-yard line. You got a gain of 2 on the play, be 3rd and 3.
Daniel Caceres on the carry. Gain of 2.
3rd and 3 for the 30.
It's 3rd down. And 3.
Minute 30 left, and 3rd and 3 coming up for the Tigers. A wide receiver lined up to the right, and one to the left. And it's tough to even see a ball right now in the air if you're anybody on the field. Handoff, and that ball will be behind the 30 to back to what it looks like the 28. And that'll bring up 4th and 5. And Lugo makes another tackle. That's his 8th tonight.
Janovic Lugo with the tackle on that last play.
And it's 4th and 5
4th down and 5 for the
from
Tigers.
Memorial's 28.
The road 28.
And this will be their last play offensively. And the Bridgemen are going to escape out of here and increase to 5 and 3. However, this is a non-league game. They'll go to 2 and 1 in non-league play. Goes up the middle. Did get the first down. 7-yard gain by Caceres.
Daniel Caceres in the carry. Gain of 7.
And that will run this clock out for 3, 2, 1. And that will do it here from Fort Lee High School. The Bridgemen shut out
Ladies and gentlemen, your final score.
the Memorial Tigers by a score of 28-0. 3 touchdowns off the legs of Dean Park. Almost 4 touchdowns and then 1 taken away from a penalty. And then a 1 receiving touchdown by Justin Armwood for 27 yards. He finished the night for 2 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Now it's 5 touchdowns on the night. 5 touchdowns on the season. Raymond Lau had a touchdown, and that gives him 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions on the year as the Bridgemen advanced to 5 and 3 on the year. Meanwhile, Memorial they dropped to 5 and 4. And next up for Memorial, they will be playing Glen Ridge on Thursday at 7 p.m. at home. That's a non-league game. And then for Fort Lee, they will be at Tenafly at 7 o'clock, also on Thursday on November 4th. Great game from Dean Park, nearly 200 yards on the ground, finished with a $190 on 15 carries along with 3 touchdowns. Absolutely sensational performance. Didn't even get many handoffs, but man, when he found an open field, he took advantage of it and made the opposition pay. So that will end it here from Fort Lee. Final score, Bridgemen 28, Tigers nothing. Thank you for watching Fort Lee football on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube stream. I'm Jim Fortune saying so long and farewell from eastern border of Bergen County, New Jersey. Enjoy your weekend and happy Halloween.